Welcome to How to Start a Website 2.0. You can find the blog article that goes with this session at howtostartawebsite2.com/hosting. Hey, welcome back. I am really excited about today's session. We're going to be getting into how to purchase your first domain and how to get hosting for that so that you can start building your website. I've been working diligently on the back end of my website. I'm really excited to say that Module 1 is now complete, and that makes it possible for me to now start building out the front end, which will be the public website that hopefully by the time you're seeing this video will be completely in place. Right now it's not, because we're building it together, and I came to realize last night that I need to build out 4 modules in the membership site to completely get through all the content that um, you would need to have the website to the point that I want to have it for when you come to see it on the front end. So today is the one of the very first steps towards that, and that is buying our domain name and then getting hosting for it. So let's dive in. So I use Bluehost nowadays. Back in the day, I used to be with GoDaddy, but the one thing I don't like about GoDaddy is you can only have one domain name per hosting account, and that can be, I mean, for some people that's okay. That's all they intend to have. But I discovered very quickly that I wanted to be able to build out more than one site, and to have to go through the expense of paying for separate hosting for every single domain just didn't make sense for me. So I now go with Bluehost. So we're going to go over to bluehost.com, and that brings you to their homepage. And there's a lot going on here, but let's step through this. Depending on when you hit their website, they'll have various offers right here in this prominent blue section. Right now, they're offering web hosting at $3.95 per month, with the little asterisk caveat there saying that the promotional price is for the first term only, and then it will renew at this regular price of $6.99 per month. But, you know, this is a good way to test the waters. Let's see if having a website's right for us. We'll get it at an introductory price of $3.95 per month. And what does that come with? Well, that gives you your domain hosting, and it's unlimited, which means if you buy several domains and want to, have websites built for them, you can do it all right here in one account. You don't have to have multiple hosting accounts to do this. You can do it all in one place. They say unlimited gigabyte hosting space, unlimited gigabyte file transfer. File transfer is obviously moving data up into your account and also taking data down out of your hosting. So it's unlimited either way. You get unlimited number of email accounts with that domain name and hosting. They're offering a free domain and free site builders with templates. The other nice thing, if we come down here, you can see all the various content management systems that you can use and install with a single click. We're going to be using WordPress. That's what I've been using for the last 2 years. It's very popular. It's very well supported. Huge community of users. So if any questions you ever have, you should be able to get them answered. You just need to know how to ask and who to ask, and it's such a well-known platform that it's definitely the best way to go, and it's what I've been using. It's what I'm going to be teaching throughout this training course. So in order to get started, we're just going to click here for sign up now. And the first thing they're going to want you to do is pick a domain name. Now, I'm assuming you don't have one yet. If you already have one, you would enter that over here under I have a domain name, and they would step you through the process of how to transfer that existing domain over to their hosting. But I'm assuming that you're starting completely from scratch, that you haven't done anything yet, and you need a domain. The other nice thing to note on this page, at any time you decide this isn't for you and you need to call it quits, they have an anytime money back guarantee, which is really nice. So you're protected that way as well. Their customer support, they have a live chat. It's available 24/7, which is nice. And I have interacted with customer support on a couple occasions where I just I got totally confused and stuck, and I needed some technical help. They're really great to interact with. So that's another thing I can highly commend about going with Bluehost. So let's say this is my first time here, and I'm like, okay, I want a domain that's how to start, only if I can type it, a website. And obviously, you have the choice of, well, what dot do you want to go with? You want .com, .org, .net, .us, .info, .biz. Uh, there's arguments as to whether or not this matters, but most people seem to agree that if you can get the .com, get the .com. It seems to be what most users are familiar with. If they're going to type in a URL address, they seem to automatically think, well, it's going to be .com because it's what they're most familiar with. It's been around the longest. But otherwise, if you can't get the .com, you can go with .org or .net. The bottom three are really not as well known or as heavily used, and there's arguments that they don't pull well for SEO traffic, which is search engine optimization, through Google or any other search engines. Whether or not that's true, I don't know, but I'm going to go with the conventional wisdom. If you can get the .com, get the .com, but worst case scenario, go with the .org or .net. So we're going to see if that's available by clicking next. And I already know that it's not going to be available. So it comes up and it says that domain name is not available for registration, which I already knew because obviously I've already been in here looking for this, and I've decided to go with how to start a website 2.com. And I can go into why I chose that. But what they'll do is they will give you some other recommendations. You can also say show more suggestions. So some people, what they might do, depending on just how badly they need the wording of their domain, you might put a word out in front. I could have said Stalter's how to start a website. I could have said how to start a website headquarters or HQ. I think the HQ was taken too, if I remember correctly, or how to start a website online resource. That was available, but that seemed awfully lengthy for people to have to type in should they ever need to actually type it. It looked horrible, so I didn't go with that either. I decided on how to start a website too, just because obviously how to start a website was taken, and in my mind that was like number one. So I'm like, okay, I'll be number two, and I kind of played with it because everybody likes talking about, I'm Web 2.0 ready, or this is version 2.0, and I'm like, well, you know what? If I'm gonna go with how to start a website 2, I can call my website how to start a website 2.0. And I don't know, I like the sound of it, so that's what I ended up going with. But if you don't like any of these suggestions, you don't have to go with those. You can always go back to, well, I will try how to start a website online resource, and I'll click next, and let's see if that's still available. And that was still available. Okay, so that brings you to the next account page, a registration page, and it says how to start a website online resource.com is available. So at this point, you would give them your first name, your last name. If you are a business and have a registered business name, you can put your business name in here, what country you're from, then your street address, your city, your state, your zip code, your phone number. and your email address. Make sure this is correct because this is where your receipt's going to go, and this is where all your communications um, with this account are going to come to. So make sure this is accurate. Then they come down here and they, well, what do you want for your package information? Right away, to get the $3.95 per month, they want you to sign up for 36 months, and that's the deal for getting that price. If you don't want to sign up for 3 years, well, you can back off to 2 years, and they will give you a rate of $4.95 per month. If you only want a year, they'll give you a rate of $5.95 per month. Now, these are all still better than the $6.99 total, original price that they showed you back on the homepage. So these are all still better deals, but you get the best deal by going with the longest amount of time. But this is up to you. The Pro 12-month price, or this standard dedicated server or VPS, I'm going to assume that if you're just starting out from scratch, that this is maybe more of a trial for you um, than anything else. So this is not stuff that you really need to get into yet. You can decide for yourself. Well, like I said, with Bluehost, the nice thing is if your first website turns out to be a total flop and a dud, and you want to try something else, well, you just need to, you can just buy a different domain name, attach it to this hosting account, and you don't have to pay this upfront cost. Again, you just pay for the new domain name, which is only like maybe, 10, $15 tops. So, you know, this is going to come down to what is your risk level, how well do you tolerate risk, and what can you afford. For this website, I went with the 36-month price. If this website doesn't work, I will, I'm going to be in this for the long haul until I get to where I want to be with doing online business. So I went with the 3 year, $3.95 per month. So that's what I selected. Now, do you want site lock domain security? I said no. If you want it, it's $19.99 a year, but I said no. Site Backup Pro. Now, if you want them to do your backups for you, leave this checked. It really isn't that hard to do it yourself, but it is something to learn, and it's something that you have to learn how to restore your backups if necessary. So it is learning more of the technical stuff that you may be afraid of or may not want to get into. So again, this is up to you. What can you afford and what are you comfortable with? I know how to do backups, so I unchecked it. I didn't pick it. The search engine jumpstart, I don't know anybody who said, "Oh yeah, that really worked great for me," but so I don't take that either. The one thing I do recommend, and they, as you see here, they also highly recommend it, getting the domain Whois Privacy. And what happens is, when you buy a domain, all of your personal information, as far as your name, your address, and your phone number, all of this information goes into a a register. And this is a register anybody in the public can search. So you may be contacted through the mail or through email or called, with offers of domains that are similar to yours, or people who are interested in maybe doing some kind of affiliate marketing with you, or may want to do guest posting, whatever. This is a way for them to, like, find out who you are and reach out to you. And if you're not comfortable with that, well, you're going to want this privacy. And it's $9.99 a year. I left that checked. And then you're gonna fill in your billing information, how you want to pay. You got the choice of Visa, Mastercard, American Express, and Discover. Your credit card number, expiration date, obviously the little code on the back of the card goes in there, and you have to. They have a terms of service, the cancellation policy, privacy. Does anybody ever read this stuff? I don't know, but you have to check to confirm that you've read all that stuff. and then you can click next to go to the next page. Now, I'm not going to fill any of this information in, but I did take some screen grabs of when I went through the process. So I can still continue to step you through. And as you can see, I ended up going with how to start a website 2.com. When I clicked next, it brought me to the page I was just showing you. And this is the bottom of the page with the billing information. And yes, I took the 3-month. And then once you fill out that front page, it'll bring you in to this next page, and then there's all of these other services that they want to try to tack on. I mean, obviously Bluehost is a company. The more additional services they can talk you into, the more money they make. But honestly, you don't need any of these in the beginning to start with. It's stuff that maybe down the road you might want to add, and you can add it at any time, but it's not anything you're going to need right now. So leave this additional upgrade total at 0, and we're going to click complete to go on to the next page. Okay, so then it says, congratulations, your purchase was successful, and a confirmation email will be sent to whatever email address you put in the previous screen. The next bit of information that you need to do here is to create your password, and that gets done right here. Choose a password choose a password for your account, and before you can log in and use your hosting features, you will first need to create a secure password. So you do that right here, and then going down the screen, this is all just the information that you gave them in the previous screens, as far as the domain name that you just registered, your name, your address, your billing information, the package information that you chose. All of that is summarized right down here. So once you click create a password, you go on to the next page, and this is where you can type in your main password, and then to make sure that you have it just the way you want it, you have to retype it. And then also over here, if you don't want to have to try to figure out one for yourself, you can click this password generator, and it'll create one for you. Now, it's kind of funny because they say, memorize your password, do not write it down. But if you have them create one for you, I don't know how the heck you would remember it if you didn't write it down, but that's just me. So you're gonna just pick a password and then click create, and they have a whole bunch of tips for how to choose one and how to protect it listed below if you care to read through all of that. And then once you've created your password, you now come over to the Bluehost account login screen. So in this login, you would type in the username that was assigned to you, and you're going to type in the password that you just created. If you don't remember what this username is, you will get a confirmation email in the mail, in your email, that looks like this. And again, it's just a confirmation of all of the information that you typed in and what they assigned to you. So, the domain name, how to start a website 2.com. Your username would be right here. I've blanked that out. You also have the ability to click here to update it and change it if you don't like it. They assign you a temporary URL, they assign you an email server, and 2 different name servers. You're going to want to hang on to this information because if you ever decide that you want to change hosting companies and you need to move your website with you, you're going to need this information to do that transfer. So you want to keep this email in a safe place. You can find it within Bluehost too if you do misplace this email, but if you're able to hang on to it and keep it in a safe place, you'll have it right here as well. And then your FTP information. Now, FTP is the ability to transfer files from your computer up into your hosting server. And we'll get into how to do that, but the information you need for accessing that is all listed right down here as well. So if you need your username, you grab it from there, and then you can go back and fill in your username, the password you created, and then you can click log in. And that will bring you into the very first screen inside of your Bluehost hosting account, and they want to get you off on the right foot, so they have a video right here that you can watch to introduce you to various tools. Some of these I'm going to go over with you as well in future videos, but this is what the inside of your hosting account looks like. So at this point, we've accomplished the goal of this video, which was to show you how to purchase your domain and get hosting for it. So I hope you feel very successful of completing this monumental step. You are now well on your way to having your very first website. Congratulations. And I'll see you in the next video session to show you how to install WordPress. Thank you for watching and listening to another session from How to Start a Website 2.0. This episode is just one of many available inside my online course. Register for free today at howtostartawebsite2.com/the vault.